see the world and sail the seven seas. Wanna be free, unveil some mystery. Ancient times have passed me by, thou will remain. Hold my eyes under the open skies, but moonlight guides me to my destination. Sail set high, I passed the key.
Kind of dead looking in this forest area here.
And who would ever guess that just 5 minutes away was one of the coolest spots on Vancouver Island.
There's your first glimpse of the waterfall. Definitely a lot lower than when I was here last. But anyway, this is it. This is the amazing cavern. Doesn't look so amazing from up here though, does it? It's kind of cool, but definitely nothing like it does when you get down there. But this is where the hard part begins. Because I have to get down there, and then I have to go across that dark, slippery rock area, which is actually quite treacherous. And then I have to time it and run into the cave when the wave is down. So what would probably be really nice right now would be a ladder. But I think to bring a ladder down here, that a person would have to be stark, raving mad. Even contemplate bringing a ladder all the way down to this spot, person, or maybe even two, would have to be completely off their rockers. They should be admitted to an insane asylum, and of course never let out ever again. But I'm sure there's no one who would be crazy enough to bring a ladder all the way down here. I mean, again, that would be just bonkers. But who knows, perhaps somewhere on this planet there is a person, or maybe two, who would give it a try. Not me though. I'm going to do it the manly way. I'm going to use a rope. Anyhow, wish me luck. Alright, I'm going to get my rope set up and head on down. So I've got my rope all secured. And now I'm going to lower my camera bag and tripod down, because that extra weight makes it pretty difficult to get down and particularly up. So I will express my stuff down there. Sorry for the camera, but don't want my bag to roll away, so I'm trying to swing it a little bit here. There we go. Stay. Alright, I think the camera is good. Drop the rope. Now it's my turn.
The drop at this embankment is approximately 12 to 14 feet, so not a good place to slip and fall.
So once you get down to this level, you might be thinking that it's easy going from here, but in fact this next part is one of the hardest parts as well, because this rock right down here is really sharp, and it's quite a little drop. And where you can see that darker colored rock, it's super slippery. So this is actually a part where I have to be more careful than what I just was. And as you can see, the water from the waterfall comes along this rock, so that's why it's so darn slippery. So you almost have to go on all fours at this point once you get down there. But yeah, this next part's going to be a little challenging. So I just made it down onto the really slick area. And before I forget to mention it, again, if you do find this spot and you are going to come down here, bring some gloves so you don't hurt your hands on that sharp rock. Alright, so I'm going to make my way slowly but surely across all this slippery stuff. I'll try to film it as steadily as I can. But yeah, this is really slippery. From this point on, I'm going to put my camera away and I'm going to have to get down all fours. It's just that slippery. And just to show you what would happen if you were to lose your footing, you'd basically slide down this rock and there's nowhere to grab onto, and you'd go right into that water. And again, this is a super low tide right now, and so you can imagine if a wave came in, you could be a goner at that point. So again, that's one of the many reasons I just don't tell people about this spot, because it's really dangerous. So I just slid down and I'm now in the cavern. And again, right now the waves are low compared to normal. During a normal low tide, you basically have to get to the bottom there, and then you'd have to time it because the waves will come right up here, right up against all this rock. You have to basically time it and run. Some of the beautifully shaped rock here, and I'll just take you for a little quick tour. Around the corner here is the other waterfall, and boy, is it ever water level is very low, and I'm glad I have photos of this spot before, otherwise I'd be really disappointed, because normally there's actually a river that runs all along here and down into the ocean, but not now. So I guess that means that holy smokes, is that ever low. So I guess that the water is somehow going underneath all this gravel, and flowing down into the ocean. So there's a cool shot from down here that I've taken before. So it's different than what I'm used to, but maybe I'll be able to get a closer up, interesting shot here. We'll see. But as you can see, this is all sheer cliff, and if you, for some reason, couldn't get in where you came down, where I just came down, you'd be trapped because you simply can't get up any of this rock anywhere else. But welcome to one of the most beautiful spots on Vancouver Island.
This was a shot that I was able to do solely because of the low tide levels, and it turned out to be one of my favorites from the day. This next shot is an older one, but it enables you to see the small river of water that normally runs down to the ocean.
As I was mentioning, the water levels are lower than normal, but that allows me to get closer than normal too, which is really good because under normal circumstances, I can't even stand right here because the water is actually coming right through here and it gets pretty deep, so it's actually pretty cool to get a unique shot of this little waterfall here. So I'm quite glad that the water level is a little lower than normal now. So I hope that you can hear me a little bit. The waves have calmed down at the moment, but the tide is noticeably coming in, so I could potentially stay for about another hour, but I'll probably wrap up fairly soon because I've been here. This is my, I think, 5th time down in here, and I've got lots of other shots. Pretty happy with some of the interesting shots I got with the lower water levels today. So it's actually been a really good day. It's still sometime in the morning. I didn't even bring my my iPhone, so I have no idea what time it is for sure, but it's been a really good day. Hopefully this will give you an idea of what this amazing spot looks like, but also an idea for the fact that it's rather dangerous coming down here, and so for that and other reasons, I won't be disclosing the location. If you want to find out more details as to why I don't tell people about certain locations, I'll be posting a link down below to a blog that I wrote specifically about that. So if you're really that curious, you can have a read of my blog. First time I came here, there were some huge waves, big old mess, taking me out. As you can see, it's getting higher and higher up where I need to get out, so I'm going to pack up and get the heck out of here while I still can. Show you one last little view of everything.
Here's a series of photos that I hope that you enjoy, showing my trips down to the sea cavern over the past few years. This particular shot is from the first time that I made it down into the cavern, and the waves were the largest that I'd ever seen. I have to be honest and say that it was a little bit freaky being down there all on my own. And after I made my way back up to a safe spot, I was kind of relieved. As you can see from most of these photos, the water flow of the main cascade is generally a lot better than the time that I went down on this particular occasion. Now this shot with the orange colored fangs, as I call them, in the lower left corner was only possible due to the extra low tide, and so that was a real bonus. This shot from 3 trips ago was probably the best light that I've ever had down in the cavern. And last but not least, this shot was taken after I made the effort to go all the way around the cavern from the other side. No easy feat, and I had to do a lot of bushwhacking to get there. After about 2.5 hours, it was finally time to head back up the road. It always seems easier climbing out than climbing down at the spot.
So, thus ends a successful adventure. Obviously I survived, and now I have to just go up this little muddy section right here, so I'll see if I can use one hand to pull my way up. Not too bad, but part of the adventure. Right down below me, that's where the waterfall is. Say goodbye to the beautiful cavern. Until next time. Okay. See, this isn't that easy. And one more little section here. Check that up there, and then of course it'll come rolling down. Nope. Alright, this is going to be really tricky here. Let's see if I can... This is going to be tricky with one hand, but let's see if I can do it. Again, so long, cavern. Even up here, it's pretty cool because they've got all these really gnarly wind-blown trees. Kind of neat, eh? And I don't know if there's much of it left, but somewhere around here there was the remains of someone had built a shelter. Looks like it's pretty much all gone now, but the gnarly forest, and I am out of here. Somewhere there's probably a cool shot here, but I think that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. As you'll see, I'll be going to spots that a lot of people don't know about or can't get into, and so if you appreciate the effort that I put in to get to these videos, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Bye for now. So you might be wondering how I found that spot, and to be quite honest with you, I took probably what was the hardest route imaginable to find it. Basically about 5 years ago I ran across a couple photos by a guy who wasn't really a photographer, he's more of an adventurer, and he had the two waterfalls, and I thought, wow, those are really cool, I have to find that spot. But he didn't give any information about it other than one word, just mentioning the general area, so I thought, okay, that's good enough. And so I started exploring the area, and I'd already been to an area that I knew I could eliminate. So I'm actually standing on the old trail, I guess it's an old trail, that I thought I found the path to the coast, because I knew I was going to have to probably find the coastline first. And anyway, so I got to about this spot right here, and this is where the kind of old trail ended. But I thought, well, I know the ocean's down that way, so I'm going to keep going. And so I did, and after this part I started to bushwhack, and it just got thicker and thicker and thicker, and right down by the ocean is the worst part. But I was determined, and so I kept going. It probably took me about 2 hours from here, and I got to the ocean, and fortunately I decided to take a right-hand turn, and I started walking along the rocky coastline, and then sure enough I came around a corner, and all of a sudden I knew that was the spot. The problem was that there was no way down there that particular day, because I made my way around to where you saw me go down in this video, but I didn't have a rope, had no idea I needed a rope. So that first time I found it was happy but bittersweet, because I couldn't even get down there, and taking photos from above didn't really do it for me. So anyway, that's the story of how I found it, and obviously there's a few people who know about it, but not a whole lot. You know what? I've been thinking about it, and I'm feeling a little bit guilty. So there's a spider crawling. How does it do? Oh, okay. You know what? I've been thinking about it, and I'm feeling a little bit guilty about not telling you guys about where this spot is. So I've decided that I am going to reveal how to get to this spot. All you have to do
is give me $1 million, and I'll take you there.
That's fair enough, isn't it? $1 million for this spot? I think that's a bargain.